impressive. The interest intense, and all is about to be revealed over the next couple of hours or so. Let's have a look at the Welsh team then this evening, just to confirm one thing. Change from the side who won in Helsinki. Craig Bellamy comes into the starting 11 at the expense of West Bromwich Albion's Andy Johnson. He is on the bench. Well, much has been made of the inspiration of the likes of Craig Bellamy and Ryan Giggs and Simon Davis, but of course I wonder what's going through the mind of Danny Gabidon of Cardiff City, winning his 4th cap, and there's one player who's seen it all, Ryan Giggs at 29, but desperate to play in a European Championship or World Cup finals. Let's have a look at the Italian side under the much criticised coach Giovanni Trapattoni. 3 changes to the team who drew with Yugoslavia in Naples on Saturday. Out go Gattuso, Donny and Inzaghi. In come Di Biagio, Ambrosini and Montella.
Tonight's referee is Gilles Vessier. The assistant referees are Frederic Arnaud and Vincent.
Well, the Italian side, not at its strongest, but an impressive array of names, and none more so than number 7, Alessandro Del Piero of Juventus, in fine form for both club and country. Alessandro Nesta of AC Milan as well, winning his 49th cap this evening. A formidable defender and a real test for the Welsh attackers. The referee, the man in the middle, looking as relaxed as anything really, considering the nature of the atmosphere here, is Gilles Vessier of France. And of course the roof is closed this evening for this game. And Wales, well, even if they win tonight, they haven't qualified, of course, and a defeat is not the end of the world. But I wonder if the Welsh performance can match the impressive build-up to this fantastic occasion here tonight. Ian Walsh.
Well, I think that roof might not be on if Wales score in the first 10 minutes, because the atmosphere tonight, I don't think we've seen the same as this for many a year. And if we can get off to a good start and put the Italians under a bit of pressure, I think that's very important. But look out for that roof coming off if Wales get a goal.
And they won a corner straight away. First corner of the game, and we've only had 30 seconds so far, and it's Mark Pembridge who goes across to take it. By the way, it's another new Welsh kit, and if Wales were to gain a positive result here this evening, that kit will sell like hotcakes. It's the referee having a quiet word with 1 or 2 players. It's very crowded, to say the least, in that penalty area. Here is Pembridge with his first Welsh corner. Everyone back for the Italians. In it comes, it's punched away by Buffon. Not happy with the delivery.
Well, obviously they've worked on that. It was a superb corner kick from Pembridge, whipped into the 6-yard box. All the Welsh players in the penalty box were just on top of the keeper, trying to take his mind off the flight of the ball, but he managed to get a hand to it.
Savage, and thought that Gary Speed had stayed wide on the left-hand side. Speed had come infield, but Robbie Savage will be desperate to win the ball, win those crunching tackles in the heart of the Welsh midfield this evening. Gabidon, his first touch, he'll feel better for that. Here's Hartson. Speed, Giggs, given away, and Giggs immediately in possession, and look, 2 or 3 Italians crowding around him. He's obviously a danger man, but so too is Simon Davis, so too Craig Bellamy, and the Italians very much aware of that threat. Hartson trying to glance the header, and Alessandro Nesta, not the best clearance in the world, but eventually cleared away by Christian Panucci.
It's an important time. Wales at home, they're on the up, aren't they? And these first 5 or 10 minutes, Italy will want to try to keep them out.
Speed's throw, and it's just cleared away from the danger area by Cannavaro. Anyway, will do. There's Ambrosini, one of the 3 changes, who incidentally was in the Italian under-21 side that played at Wrexham Wales and Italy last met on, I was going to say Welsh soil, but that game was played at Anfield in front of 20,000. And the Italians won then by 2-0, but Wales have come a long way since then.
They have, but very workmanlike side, the Italians, especially in midfield, across Ambrosini, Di Biagio, Tomasi and Pirlo, all hard workers, and Del Piero will drop back to join in and hopefully for him, his point of view, join in with Montella up front, but that's an area of the field where it'll be won or lost.
Martin just Nesta though, touching the ball away from him, and Ambrosini was there tidying up. It really is a severe test for Wales because, okay, several Italians are missing Ian Walsh, but you have to respect the Italians.
Of course you do, there's no doubt about that, and you know, over the years they've been fantastic at keeping things really tight at the back and winning the odd game 1-0 or getting the away draw 1-1, and that's perhaps, looking at the way they've set themselves up tonight, is what they've come for. And with the flair of Bellamy, Giggs, Davis in the side, you know, you've always got a chance with Wales going forward.
Nesta and Hartson, it's Savage towards Hartson. There's the flick it towards Simon Davis. Bounce was not kind to the Welsh player. Making the run is Del Piero. Hasn't been seen. Instead it's played wide towards Tomasi. And he's away from Gary Speed, and he'll get the free kick there. Speed winning his 70th cap tonight, was just caught out there slightly and fouled Tomasi. Here's Di Biagio. Positive start by Wales, but now they have to defend. Should be Melville's, who just slight injury concern, ripped his neck in training, but thankfully takes his place alongside Danny Gabidon. Welsh players pinned back in their own half now with Alessandro Nesta, Ambrosini, and the Italians just playing keep ball. Pirlo, again another player who featured in the under-21 game at the racecourse, and it's well left, but not so clever on that occasion by Del Piero. Hartson. Italians coming into this game on the back of a 2-0 victory away in Azerbaijan and a 1-1 home draw with Yugoslavia on Saturday night, and a foul there by Del Piero, who scored with the aid of a deflection on Saturday in Naples.
I think we have to, well, this is the Delaney trying to go down the line, but Del Piero just catch him a little bit late. I suppose you have to say a word about the pitch. Looks very greasy, doesn't it? Some of the players already are losing their footing, and we've seen it in better condition, but that will mean nothing now because both sets of players are out there and they'll get used to it in the first 5 or 10 minutes.
We saw Giovanni Trapattoni there, the Italian manager, 63-year-old, and had a vote of confidence from the Italian president and is under pressure, but when is an Italian manager not under pressure? Great experience at Juventus, Inter and Bayern Munich. He's seen it all before. Savage's head forward. Wales, of course, had that great 2-0 win in Finland. And the Finns are playing Yugoslavia this evening, and Yugoslavia later scored there, leading the game by a 0-0, and immediately a yellow card for deliberate handball, was it, against Di Biagio?
Yeah, as he goes through there, just puts his right hand there, the Welsh player's arms up, appealing for it. Definitely a handball, so he's going to have to be careful for the rest of the game.
There's 4 minutes to go in the game in Yugoslavia, where they were leading by a 0-0 as Savage takes this free kick. Hartson is there, it might drop here to Gabidon. Well, Danny Gabidon could have made a real name for himself because that was a good chance, and in the end, well, it swerved well wide of the goal.
Well, again, it's John Hartson causing all the problems, and it just looks as if Danny Gabidon just took his eye off the ball at the last moment. Hartson, they've worked this free kick, knocked down and just leaning back as he goes to strike the ball. Really didn't keep his body over the ball to keep it down. Good
Maybe
chance for Danny.
Just surprised that he had the chance, and foul given for the challenge. John Hartson and Alessandro Nesta. That'll be a real battle.
We've seen that free kick a lot, where it's a centre of the field free kick. John Hartson goes on the penalty spot and just tries to back in to the defender. It's a straight ball up the middle, and then if Hartson wins it, great. If not, you've got midfield players joining in.
Paul Jones's ball. Not in the first team now at Southampton, of course. Displaced by Niemi, but wanted to play desperately in this game just to show people he's still around, he said. Here's Hartson. And not a deliberate handball on that occasion by Panucci. Melville is there, comfortably glides the header to Gavidon. Played over Giggs. Nesta's clearance only as far as Pembridge. Delaney's calling for the ball on the far side, wasn't seen. Huge crowd, of course. Tickets sold within 48 hours of the Welsh victory in Finland. Can Wales maintain this sort of interest throughout the group? Here is Montella. Just on this far side is Tomasi. He's behind Gary Speed. Comes off Mark Delaney. And away by Melville. Savage. Here's Giggs waiting for the run from Bellamy. Hartson. Not the best pass from Hartson to Speed. And Christian Panucci, I think, is making a meal of that. It's difficult to say from here. I'm sure Gary Speed caught him, and it wasn't a very good pass from John Hartson to it, but no, I don't think Panucci's in that much pain, is he? Well, he was caught though.
He was caught, there's no doubt about that. We have the opportunity to see it twice. He goes in late there, Gary Speed, but it's a shame because John Hartson just flicked at the ball with the outside of his right foot, really making sure, the pass got out to Gary Speed, because it was a good movement. Giggs on the halfway line, then the ball goes up to big John Hartson, and really a better ball from the centre forward into a wide possession was needed there.
We've had 10 minutes so far. Speed battles to win that possession. Here is Simon Davis. Bellamy. No time on the ball for Craig Bellamy, but Simon Davis just tidying up and finds Delaney, and Bellamy's picked up a good position wide on that Welsh right-hand side into the penalty area, and no real momentum, and it just runs through to Buffon.
Well, there's a couple of good passes from Simon Davis on the halfway line that set up that opportunity. But Mark Delaney was looking for a 1-2. Simon Davis tried to turn, but that's the experience of Nesta. He just gives himself a couple of yards, and Simon Davis just runs into him. But a good break from Wales down the right-hand side.
Gavidon with Montella. Montella, who scored twice for the Italians in a friendly at Elland Road against England before the World Cup. Pembridge in strongly, but loses out, and well, they thought he was in an offside position, Montella, and the assistant referee on this near side, his flag was immediately up against the Roma player.
Well, they're getting a bit of a combination now, aren't they, at the back? Gary Speed, Delaney, the two full-backs, Andy Melville and Danny Gavidon, just had a little look along the line, all standing up together, catching Montella offside.
Bellamy wants the ball back from Simon Davis. Useful combination. Bellamy does well. Simon Davis into the penalty area. Can he pull it back? Yes! Simon Davis! What a goal! His third in successive games. Oh, well, if this stadium was alive before, the fans have gone absolutely wild now. Lovely build-up between Craig Bellamy and Simon Davis. I thought he might play the ball back, but Davis took everyone by surprise, and Wales won, Italy 0. Who would believe it?
Well, it's again down the right-hand side, the pace of Bellamy. We thought he was going to whip it in first time, but Davis, well, nobody expected to hit it from there, but he's rifled it into that far corner. A lovely forward run, that's what he's there for. Hits it to perfection. Keeper no chance. Wales 1-0 up.
Well, just over 11 minutes gone, and it's intelligent play between Bellamy and Davis, not for the first time. Buffon taken by surprise, and look on the delight, look at the joy. That goal means so much to the players and to the supporters. Given away though by Pembridge, and the shot is hit well wide by Thomasy, and that's when a side can always hit back, isn't it? You're celebrating the goal and just an untidy pass and suddenly you're on the back foot.
Everybody in the ground has celebrated the goal and the fans will keep on celebrating that, fair enough. But what was interesting, when the players were all huddled down in that far corner after the goal, they all just said, look, let's take our time, we'll go back gradually. We've celebrated the goal, now we've got some more work to do. And they settled themselves down, and the next 5 minutes is crucial.
Well, contrast in response to that goal. Trapattoni, despair written all over his face. Joy for Wales, they're threatening again. Bellamy, and Buffon comes out to prevent the corner. Mark Delaney adding his support and his weight to the attack. Well.
Mark Delaney just pointed to Simon Davies to get himself back into the right back position. I think Bellamy either, normally you'd think he'd take the defender on there, but Delaney made a great overlap run, and really just a little side foot into his path would have been perfection. Delaney went for the cross, it was caught out, and then Delaney needed a bit of help defensively.
Well, we'll see what Italy are made of now. Giggs there, well, Giggs did well, but eventually still Biagio won the possession, and free kick is given
Di Biagio's got to be careful here.
Wales here. Di Biagio, foot was high, was it, in the challenge? Well, Ian Walsh, most of the supporters have been here since about 7:15. They've had Bryn Terwell, they've had the Manic Street Preachers, and they've seen Wales go 1-0 up, and what, £5, £10 and £15 they paid for the privilege.
Fantastic value. But again, we've got to keep this going, keep being professional. And what I like about the Welsh team tonight, they're closing the Italian players down very quickly. I think they're getting at them, not allowing them to get their heads up, not allowing them to pass, and that's why Di Biagio, they got a little bit frustrated.
There's no doubt the Italians are rattled at the moment. It's up to Wales to take advantage. So far, they've done well. Giggs, Ryan Giggs, tries to set up John Hartson. He's got Bellamy there. Drive it across into the middle. Buffon takes it. Savage was calling for the ball high up in the air, but Bellamy went looking for Ryan Giggs. Yeah, but again, the danger down that right-hand side here.
That's where the main danger is coming from. It came through the middle there with Giggs' change of feet. John Hartson couldn't quite get room to get a strike on target. Bellamy, it was a good ball whipped into the near post, but again, Giggs had gone far and Savage had gone far.
Offside there against John Hartson.
This is where John Hartson just lost his footing a little bit. It's not a bad ball if somebody attacks that near post, and as you can see, Ryan Giggs and Savage at the far post wanted a little clip ball.
Well, the atmosphere is intense, and it's superb inside the stadium at the moment. Still a long way to go though. There's Pembridge working ever so hard. Loses the possession though. Wales trying to crowd out the Italians. Appeals for handball, nothing given. Hartson tries to flick it on to Bellamy, but the presence of the defender behind him made it ever so difficult. Well, the discussion was prior to the game, Ian, amongst many, how would the Italians approach the game? Would they be cautious? They've got no choice now. They've got to come looking for the equaliser, of course. They will be patient though, because whether you score now or in the last minute, it doesn't matter, does it?
No, exactly. The goals change matches, don't they? They change the complete outlook. You can have a plan up your sleeve as a manager or a coach, but that goes out to the window if you can see the goal.
And I think Robbie Savage is still protesting about something, and the referee wants a word with him. And he's telling him to just be careful. We don't want to have another yellow card or a yellow card this early in the game, but it's a free kick to the Italians for the challenge made by Delaney, and Del Piero will whip this one in, and Wales have to be on their toes. Everyone back inside that Welsh penalty area. Watch out for Cannavaro. and it comes from Del Piero, should be headed away by Hartson. Tomasi, it's a dangerous cross away by Gabidon. Pirlo picks up the loose possession and wanted to run, and he's got a lot on his mind, I would imagine, at the moment. Trapattoni, a lot to think about.
He has, because Wales, over the last half a dozen games, they've got more and more difficult to break down, and they defend the box very well indeed. And they do allow teams sometimes to go into wide positions, but they've got plenty of numbers in the box to defend the area. And you just saw there that the work rate of people like Davis down the right-hand side, Savage down the left-hand side, will help the left and right full-backs. So they're all working very much as a team.
Foul by John Hartson on Nesta, and it's an Italian free kick. I think he was looking for the free kick there off Gabidon. Seemed to bounce off Gabidon, did Montella. That's where Wales have to be careful though, Ian. I mean, it's all part of the Italian tactic, maybe, in case you concede free kicks in a dangerous area. He did catch him there.
Well, that's right, you just hold. Danny's got to learn to just hold the striker there, because the striker will get a touch and then he'll move the ball quite quickly in the same motion, and then that encourages the defender to get a touch or a tackle in. And Danny's just got to be a bit more patient when the player isn't going anywhere.
Straight into the wall. Di Biagio's shot. It's wide towards Panucci. Manages to get the cross in, and Danny Gabidon is away. Del Piero. Panucci's with him. Away from Simon Davis. Manages to get the ball across, away by Pembridge. Here's Savage. And Speed just tidies up eventually. Davis in again. Hartson and Giggs waiting for each other. And Robbie Savage will be booked. I don't think he made any contact. I think he lunged into the challenge, and I think that's just because the referee had a word with him about 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, we're having a few moments now where Italy are just dominating. And again, the referee said to him a few moments ago, cut it out, cut it out. You could see that he was saying that. And again, the Welsh players just got to learn to stand and be patient rather than diving in. We saw Simon Davis do it wide right, and now Savage has done it. Another free kick to Italy.
Gabidon gets the ball away. Giggs just does enough to find Savage. Referee controversially gives the free kick. Well blocked by Delaney, the effort by Di Biagio. But it's very much the Italians on top at the moment.
And I think he realises it, heading his rescue there on the sideline. But we've had this, there's going to be times in the game where Italy will dominate, because they are quality players, there's no doubt. And it's just whether the defence can hold firm. We've seen it over the last half a dozen games, and so far we've got 21 minutes gone, and Wales are still keeping the Italians out.
Speed just too far ahead with Ryan Giggs, and Panucci takes up possession for the Italians. Waits for the run from Del Piero, and Gabidon looks for his goalkeeper. He settled comfortably again, Danny Gabidon, against quality opposition, there's no doubt about that.
And when that ball came in from the free kick, he was head and shoulders above everybody, springing like a salmon to head the ball away.
Again, Bellamy and Simon Davis working well this time. Nesta came across to clear the danger, but that's not a very good clearance. Here is Giggs in towards Savage. It might fall for Giggs again. Hartson wants to use Bellamy. Here is Craig Bellamy. Two players crowding around him. Bellamy still going too close to Buffon, but Italians not too convincing at defending there, and Wales trying to exploit that.
And what's happening? Wales are playing a lot down the right-hand side with Bellamy's the outlet. Not so much at the moment with Ryan Giggs down the left-hand side, but what Ryan Giggs is doing is joining in more of a central position.
midway point of the first half. Wales leading 1-0 courtesy of Simon Davies's goal. Just holding their shape. Italians looking for a way through to get back into the game. Pembridge is there ahead of Pirlo. Tomasi, and Pembridge gets the second bite at the cherry. Here's Giggs. Handball, and deliberate handball again. Was it from Pirlo?
Very tricky, the pitch, isn't it? Down this near side, players find it very difficult to keep their feet.
Well, the roof was open during the deluge on Sunday, and then it was closed, of course, and we had terrible weather here yesterday. I suppose the initial damage was made on the Sunday, though, during the downpour. Here is Del Piero, waiting for support from Zauri. Here is Zauri. Montella. Del Piero with him. Zauri's continued his run. And Pembridge just concedes the corner. Winning his 45th cap this evening, Mark Pembridge.
And I tell you what, in those 45 caps, he must have run hundreds and hundreds of marathons, mustn't he? Because he has been all over the field. He has been fantastic for Wales. His appetite in that midfield area and his determination is fantastic.
Del Piero with a corner. Paul Jones just gets the touch and he misses it, and that was a golden chance for Panucci. Did he get the touch just to take it away from Panucci? He might have done enough, but that's the closest the Italians have come to getting back on level terms. Let's see. Well, he missed it.
Well, he's mistimed it completely, Paul Jones, and he perhaps needs that first touch or a good take, if you like, to give him a little bit of confidence. He came flapping for that over the top of two Welsh defenders and really was miles away from it.
Panucci very nearly scoring his second goal for his country. This time John Hartson penalised for the challenge on Panucci. Another Italian free kick. Montella dispossessed. Still they have the possession. Now Simon Davies. Bellamy. Delaney looking for Hartson. Picked up by Savage. Good play from Savage. Good use of the ball, good use of Gary Speed. Has space on the left. He's got Hartson to aim for in the middle. Pulled behind Hartson and Giggs.
Excellent play by Savage, though, wasn't it? You know, people think he's just a tackler and a runner, but he showed good skill there to bring it onto his left side, open the play up out to Gary Speed. I think he was hitting that on the run, Gary Speed, trying to whip it into the near post, and maybe we need to try just a flighted ball into the far post to John Hartson to see what damage he can do in the air.
There is Simon Davies. Bellamy. How often we've said that in this game so far. Bellamy and Simon Davies. Delaney now down the right-hand side. Lovely ball from... it might drop here for... Oh! Giggs was setting himself up for a shot. And that was excellent defending, was it, from Panucci, who just got the touch in.
Just wouldn't sit down for him, would it? Fantastic move. Delaney been excellent down that right-hand side with his overlapping runs. On this occasion, Bellamy picked him out to perfection. You could see it from a high position where we're at. That was the ball he should play. He did play, but it just wouldn't sit down quickly enough for Giggs.
Wales now keeping possession well. Here's Melville as Savage makes a forward run. Hartson. This ball just run. Oh, good tackle from Pembridge. Here's Savage. Thought about the shot. Giggs was calling for the ball. The defender was a bit too tight there to Robbie Savage to enable him to have an effort on goal.
I think that's the only thing he could have done, because there weren't many options. I think it just opened up in front of him. The defenders were dropping off slightly, and he took a chance.
As ever, he's working so hard in the middle of the field, Robbie Savage, but he's been booked. Melville gets there ahead of Montella. Pirlo.
Montella wanted that ball a lot earlier. Andy Melville had gone in to win the header, dropped down in midfield to Pirlo, and he's picked his head up. Montella's made the run, Melville out of position, but then changed his mind and came to nothing.
Well, every decision is going against John Hartson. It did in Finland as well. And I think that John has said something, and I suppose the warning is next time I'll book you, but I don't think John agrees with the French referee.
Come on, ref, he's saying, come on, give us a chance. But that's his game, isn't it? John Hartson, physical, big lad, you know, likes the physical contact of the game. But him and Savage are the two players we've got to be wary of, because, you know, sometimes they can lose their patience a little bit. And Savage already in the book. John Hartson's just got to be a bit careful.
Here is Tomasi. Lovely skill from Tomasi. Tries to get the better of Speed, who stood his ground. Much of the game at the moment being played in the Welsh half. They have the all-important goal. Here's Panucci. Comes off Gary Speed. I don't think he knew too much about that. Panucci drives that one forward, straight at Paul Jones. Former AC Milan and Real Madrid player, winning his 31st cap this evening for Italy. Hartson, good header. Simon Davis, fine touch to Bellamy. Bellamy in full flight. Manages to pull it back, but it's cleared away by Cannavaro. Delaney in strongly. And what's the decision going to be? It's a goal kick.
All credit to the Welsh players. Delaney, one of them, down that right-hand side. If there's a tackle to be won, they are going in to win it. And the likes of Pembridge in midfield, Savage, Davis and Delaney, there's been tackles flying around and they've been there first and they've been the stronger.
Almost half an hour played here and it's 1-0 and well, I thought John Hartson would get the decision there, but obviously felt that he was making a back for the Italian defender. Not having much luck at the moment, John. Well, there are some strange decisions, I have to say, in terms of that one on Andy Melville. And I think the Welsh players are just asking the question, well, he's backing into Melville. I suppose he was holding there, but then Craig Bellamy has got involved and has been booked.
We've got to be careful of this referee, that's for sure. We've got to be careful of this referee, because now that another one, you could lip read there, Craig, saying, what have I said? I didn't say anything. So, and the referee, is he giving it another 10, or is he just... Oh, he's pushing the wall back, but this is danger. Del Piero, Montella on the ball. These are world-class players in this position.
Anxious moments for Wales and for Paul Jones. Del Piero takes a deflection and it's in. Well, he scored with a deflection against Yugoslavia, and it takes a cruel deflection away from Paul Jones, and the Italians are level, and that will be a talking point. The nature of the free kick in the first place, and the luck certainly went against Wales there. It's Italy back in the game, and this is the deflection, and it came off Mark Delaney.
Yeah, he gets ahead to it, Mark Delaney. At least he doesn't take his eye off the ball. He tries to knock it away, but there's Paul Jones could do nothing about that. That's just bad luck from a Welsh point of view. They jump in unison, just as a tactic to try to get a touch on the ball, but that's affected them badly, because if they stand still, it just goes through harmlessly to Paul Jones. But that's so unlucky for the Welsh lads out there.
So the Italians back in the game with a vengeance, and that was a costly free kick to give away. Simon Davis wins the ball. Here is Pembridge. Simon Davis. Now then, Craig Bellamy. And it's a Welsh throw. It came off Cannavaro. That's a real blow.
Big frustration, big frustration. The ball goes forward and John Hartson just seems to lean forward. And was it Cannavaro or Nesta was all over him. Same ball exactly. Bit of contact between the players. Referee gives a free kick.
And here is Del Piero. Had luck on his side, there's no doubt, with that free kick. This is a good run from Del Piero. Again gets a bit of luck, but this time Mark Pembridge stops in his tracks. Danny Gavidan gets there. It has to be said, the Italians have been threatening the goal in terms of possession after conceding to Simon Davis. Here's Robbie Savage, and I don't think Ryan Giggs was too pleased with that pass from Savage on that occasion.
Well, it was a poor ball from Robbie. Picked up a good position, but just a little bit too much on the return ball into Giggs' feet.
Ball drops kindly for Del Piero. Then goes for goal. Difficult bounce for the keeper. There's a bit of sand in that penalty area.
Well, again, it's important on nights like this that you do hit the target.
John Hartson holds the ball up well, but there's no support wide on the right-hand side. Here is Delaney. Pembridge towards Simon Davis. I suppose there will be a feeling of injustice because the free kick wasn't given to Wales, and then Andy Melville was penalised, and then the deflection.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a night of many emotions, Ian, because of the massive atmosphere, the massive expectation in the ground. We are playing against Italy at the end of the day, maybe not their best side, but they are going to have their moments in the match, and it's how the Welsh players deal and react to those negative moments, and we'll soon find out as the rest of the game continues.
It's a good ball, looking for Thomas. He does well. Good shot. Oh, wasn't far away, Montella. Excellent play by the Italians. Ball drilled across. Montella with a shot, but that was a terrific cross. Did well to keep the ball in play, Tomasi, on that occasion.
Yeah, it was a late run, left Gary Speed for dead. Nobody closes him down, and that's not far away. He's a good player, this lad, isn't he, Ambrosini? Down that right-hand side, has shown one or two good touches already. On the volley, left foot. Montella just pulling the shot wide.
10 minutes until half-time. Free kick is taken quickly. Wales are backpedaling, and it's out for a goal kick. Well, he'll feel happy now, Trapattoni, that his side are on level terms. Speed's pass is comfortable for Ambrosini. Nesta. Ambrosini. Wales just keeping their shape. Here is Nesta again. Panucci. Yeah, they're keeping the ball. Trying to silence the crowd as well. And then try to up the pace a bit and take Wales by surprise, and Paul Jones had to come quickly there to deny Montella, but slowing the game down, and then in one pass changing the pace and Wales under pressure.
Yeah, that's right. Over the last 5 or so minutes we haven't got the ball in midfield. This is the one over the top, but he's dangerous, Montella, just drifting off the defender, giving himself half a yard. I got a bit excited there a bit earlier on where I was mentioning Ambrosini down this right, but of course it's Tomasi who is holding this right-hand side for Italy.
Simon Davis's touch. Pembridge. Hartson tries to thread the ball through very nearly to Craig Bellamy. Savage. Simon Davis just got lost. Savage is in. And the free kick.
That's a shock, isn't it?
They'll go to Italy.
That's a shock. As soon as there's a melee of players in there and and Robbie Savage was in there. The referee waited, give himself 2.5 seconds or maybe 2, and give the free kick against Wales. They're all at it in there. Savage isn't doing any, just standing there. Simon Davies is going for the ball. Go on, let's give it to Italy.
Hartson. Seven minutes until half-time. Terrific evening so far, and Simon Davies gave Wales the lead as the Italians threaten again, and Del Piero, with the aid of a deflection from a free kick, has brought Italy level. And it's funny, you can feel a tinge of disappointment in the crowd, but it's 1-1 against one of the better sides in Europe. Savage tries to flick it through to Giggs, and I think Ryan Giggs felt the move and the momentum had been lost and just turned his back for a second. Speed's header. Fine touch from Ambrosini away from Bellamy. Here's Ambrosini again, slips, presents the ball to Simon Davies. Davies looking for Bellamy. Pass not hit firm enough on that occasion. Speed. Pembridge. And taken out of the game, and there'll be an ironic cheer for the foul, and Savage has said something again. He's got to be careful with this referee because he's been booked. Can't afford too much back chat or he'll see another yellow, and Wales will be down to 10 men.
He's got a smile on his face. He can't believe what's going on around him, but as you say, and he's got to be careful.
Headed up in the air by Cannavaro, and this time the free kick is given to Wales in a good position. And the Italians this time aren't happy, especially Di Biagio. Well, into the back of Robbie Savage from Di Biagio. And this time...
I think this ref is easily led, you know. I didn't think that was particular. I thought it was a good leap from Di Biagio, and caught him in the back a little bit, but I thought it was a good leap and head away. But this referee, we've got to be careful. But they've got Del Piero, we've got Ryan Giggs. Let's see what he can come up with.
Oh, Pembridge is there as well. It's an excellent position for Wales, of course. And it would be a great time to score with, what, 4 minutes to go till half-time. And Craig Bellamy's just in a bit of trouble. Pembridge and Giggs. Up comes Ryan Giggs, curls it off the crossbar. How unlucky can you get? Back in towards Savage. Well. You know, history repeating itself. When Wales were 1 down at Anfield against Italy, last time they played at home, Giggs had a free kick, similar position, and he hit the crossbar, and he's done the same again. Well, they concede a goal with a deflection, and then they hit the crossbar.
Exactly. How about this for technique? Brilliant, keeps his body over the ball. Keeper beaten. How unlucky can you get? You need the luck sometimes in football. Italy got it with their free kick, and we didn't get it on that occasion. But lads will just keep plodding away, hoping their luck will change.
Here is Pirlo, and it's a Welsh throw. Exquisitely struck. Buffon was beaten. This is the shot from behind the goal. Lovely curl. So unlucky. Oh, why didn't it just bounce down and over the line?
Well, maybe people will argue, why weren't anybody following up? But I don't think it was one of those where you could have done anything, could have bobbled up quite high. But We'll just call that one a marker for Ryan Giggs, shall we?
Frustrating for him, but it was a good position.
And I would imagine it's quite unusual for Ryan Giggs down this left-hand side. Hasn't seen that much of the ball with on a one-to-one situation with a defender.
Del Piero turns well. This is where the Italians are so threatening. Comes off Mark Delaney, and it's the second Italian corner. Biagio's cross was a poor one, but Del Piero, of course, a specialist, delivering the dead ball. 2 minutes until half-time. 1-1 against Del Piero. That's a testing one, and punched away by Paul Jones. Excellent corner. Tomasi. Nesta. Del Piero stayed wide on the left, takes on Savage, he's away from Savage. Del Piero, another deflection. And this way, it drops kindly for Wales. Giggs, first time he's really seen the ball, tries to take on Tomasi for pace. Tomasi struggling, and Giggs has the better of him, looking for Hartson, and Nesta had recovered.
Well, that's a nice break from a dangerous position, Wales. We have to have cover when Del Piero's 1-against-1 out on that left-hand side, and he was up against Savage. Somebody's got to get across for that second ball, because we've got to have cover when he gets in and around the penalty box.
Into the last minute, plus any time played for stoppages, headed away. Pembridge is in firmly, tries to find speed, and it was a good idea, but downspeed Gary Speed. Panucci with the throw. Tomasi. Montella. Zauri asking Del Piero to turn and run. Melville was there first. Simon Davis, neat touch to Bellamy. Just nips it through to Savage. Excellent play. Flicked on by Hartson towards Simon Davis. And here's Delaney. There's a minute of added time to be played. Bellamy threads it through nicely to Simon Davis. Davis looking for Hartson. Hartson's header! Under pressure from Nesta, just couldn't direct it down enough. But again, threatening play, and Simon Davis involved.
Again, down the right-hand side, Bellamy, Delaney involved initially, and then it's the early cross this time from Wales. And he just needed a little bit of a run on this, I think, John Hartson. Gets up quite well, but not high enough to keep the ball down on target. But that's the sort of ball that he'll thrive on.
Delaney battling away. Hartson gets there ahead of Cannavaro. Bellamy still going. Craig Bellamy wins the throw. We have had a minute of added time now as Pembridge spreads the ball towards Speed, and that's the last action of the first half, which has been a dramatic first half to say the least, and matching the build-up to the game. No doubt about that. Simon Davis giving the Wales the lead after just over 11 minutes. Great link-up play with Craig Bellamy, and then Del Piero equalising with the aid of a deflection of Mark Delaney from a free kick. And there's Ryan Giggs, who hit the crossbar with a free kick, and no doubt asking questions of the referee Gilles Vestiaire about some of the decisions made regarding free kicks given for the Italians and against Wales. All to play for in the second half, though. Let's hope the second half is as good as the first. Half-time here at the Millennium Stadium. Wales 1, Italy 1.
There's a bit of a pulse on there now, you know. Do we risk it and put him in a little bit behind Hartson, where he could, I mean, we know in one move he could go on and get that second goal. Do we ask him to go wider, you know?
What would you do, John, in this situation now? Because you're going to push for the win. If you were in Mark's place, you'd push for it.
I think we've got to start, we've got to look for the win right through to the 90th minute. I think I'd probably start off with asking him to play a little bit wider and see if we can't get the ball to him a little bit more, so that Italy would have to pay a little bit more attention to him, and then Bellamy and Davis may find another opening later on in the game, you know. At the moment, it's our only form of attack, Bellamy and Davies.
Okay, guys, here we go then. Another 45 minutes of it. We're playing for the points over 45 minutes. It's 1-1 at half-time here at the Millennium Stadium, and if the second is anything like the first half, we're in for a treat to come in the company of the two Ians. Ian Walsh, first of all, Ian Gwyn Hughes.
Yes, I'm sure the second half full of drama to unfold, and maybe the man in the middle in yellow, Gilles Vessier of France, could play a pivotal role in that. Just on Simon Davis, it's been quite a few weeks for him. More chips, don't let the salad win. That's the message in terms of nature of the food maybe that we consume in Wales compared to the Italians. But it's the Italians who will restart the second half. But Simon Davis scored that memorable goal in Croatia. The second in Finland, has scored this evening, and on Thursday, of course, was made Welsh Player of the Year. Quite a few weeks for him. Referee just checking his watch, and incidentally, that goal conceded by Wales, it's only the third they've conceded in the last 6.5 matches. And let's hope, from a Welsh perspective, they don't concede any more in the second half. As Craig Bellamy immediately to Mark Delaney, and John Hartson it was who was in an offside position. We'll have the thoughts of Ian Walsh in a moment as Luigi Di Biagio just takes the free kick. It's with Cannavaro, and Mark Delaney will pick up possession, and a foul immediately given against Ambrosini. Your thoughts at the beginning of this second half here?
Yeah, it's very interesting listening to the boys having a chat at half-time. I don't think Mark Hughes will sacrifice his formation. He's stuck with it. Centre midfield player, two midfield players just right and left, and Davis and Savage. Giggs will stay out on the left. Giggs' major contribution in the first half was the free kick. Very rarely is that the only thing we see from a quality player like Ryan Giggs. But we need definitely, as the boys were saying, to get him in the game in that left-hand side.
Italians definitely on the attack at the moment. The ball is played across, offside though against Del Piero on this near side. Before the smile. It was a quick break by the Italians, and I think two players were caught offside, Tomasi and Del Piero. Well, was touched on by Hartson. Simon Davis does well, gets there ahead of Ambrosini. Bellamy.
There's that threesome again.
Delaney. Davis. Pembridge is in field, and it's played just out, just crossed the line. Rather tight on that occasion. There's Craig Bellamy. Of course, it's been a frustrating few months in terms of injury, and of course suspension in the Champions League for Craig Bellamy. But he loves this sort of stage. It's difficult for any player not to enjoy playing in this sort of occasion. Ambrosini. Del Piero tries to lift the ball, and the challenge was late on Del Piero.
Don't want to start sloppy, you know. Craig Bellamy, a little foot over the ball a couple of times. Yeah, that's all well and good, but he's got to make sure of the pass. Pembridge is crying out for the ball infield.
Zauri. Good turn and shot on that occasion from Montella. Turned well.
Lovely disguise from Montella. Received the ball into his body. Looked as if he was setting it up. Gabidon's gone the wrong way. Look, half a turn on his left foot. Didn't quite get hold of it. That's where we've got to be careful.
Gary Speed lost possession. Del Piero is again offside. He was just a bit quicker off the blocks in the second half, in the first 3 minutes or so. Hartson, he touches it down to Giggs. Back to Hartson, back to Giggs, just too far ahead of him. It might drop though for Simon Davis. And two Italians clear the ball. Del Piero just barging into Delaney.
And smiles there from the two players. I think the referee got that one right, did you?
Andrew Melville with the free kick for Wales, as the crowd find their voice. looks towards John Hartson. Simon Davis. Bellamy. Finds Hartson. Tries to clip it, and it's just going over.
I can see what he wanted to do there. Just set up nicely. Simon Davis again involved, not giving the ball away at all tonight. Sets up Hartson. I think he was just maybe looking for the far corner, but it's not a bad effort, is it? Just tries to clip it. Big keeper, this lad, though, isn't he? Tall. But again, down that right-hand side, Davis and Delaney involved again.
Gianluigi Buffon, though, knew that was going over the crossbar. Cannavaro. Pirlo. Pirlo again involved. Panucci. Montella. Gabidon's gone with him. And well, stroke came off Gary's speed. There's Montella. Savage is in. Away by Melville. And he's given the free kick against Savage. Well, he waited there to see what would happen, and the Welsh have cleared their lines, and he's decided to give the free kick.
Well, he's let advantage play here, the referee. He's gone into the box, and again, I told you have to watch this referee.
Well, it's a strange decision. Maybe the challenge was untidy, connected with the ball. Wales clear, and decides to give the free kick to the Italians in the end. Again, there's a deflection off the crossbar. Pirlo with the effort, it deflected, and Paul Jones, absolutely superb reaction from Jones, and keeps Wales in it at 1-1. This time, did it come off Ryan Giggs?
Ryan Giggs
Great
turned
response
his back
from Paul
here,
Jones.
turns his head on the ball there. Ryan Giggs maybe shouldn't be doing that. Great save from Paul Jones, absolutely wonderful save. But I think he was wanting 3 men in the wall, and Pembridge was a little bit to the side.
This time Wales clear. Well, that would have been a talking point had that gone in after that free kick. Great reaction from Paul Jones. Deceived for the first one, of course, couldn't have done anything with the first free kick, which Del Piero converted, but going one way there. Change of direction, did ever so well.
Yeah, one thing you can't afford to do in the wall, if you're going to be there, you've got to keep your eye on the ball. You know, if you turn your head, yes, it can come off your ear roll or the side of your head. But all credit to Paul Jones, that was a wonderful save.
It was a strange decision initially, but it's passed now. As Melville takes this free kick, looking for Hartson. Gets the touch, but can't direct the header towards Bellamy. But again, I think there's a warning there. Have to be so careful in and around that penalty area, and especially with a referee who seems intent on penalising.
I think Mark Hughes will have tried to instill that into his players. But, you know, in and around the penalty area, either make sure of the tackle or stand on your feet and don't commit yourself. Just make sure that they don't get a shot in.
Well, Savage is harrying there. Brought a round of applause from the supporters, making life difficult for the Italians. Del Piero's touch, Gabidon's there. Savage. Here's Giggs, plays it through to Simon Davis. Giggs continued his run, and Buffon just rolls the ball away, and put out of play by Panucci. Savage has stayed down. We'll see if we can see what exactly happened there. Savage is involved, and
if that's not a high boot, I don't know what is. Again, and the referee within 10 yards of the incident.
Di Biagio it was whose boot was high.
They can't believe it. The two Welsh lads there, Gary Speed and Andy Melville, just can't believe it. He can't believe it either.
Well, he's not letting Savage receive treatment, and that's a look of disbelief, isn't it? Well, there'll be some talking points, and I'm sure it will be discussed after the game, and tomorrow, no doubt, the performance of the French referee, Gilles Vessier.
Look about him, the referee, is as though he just wants a personal battle with all the players, you know.
Well, and the fans, I would imagine. Here's Hartson. Pembridge. Delaney to his right. Knocks it too far ahead of Giggs on that occasion, and Bellamy just wanted the ball played short to him wide on the right.
I don't think it's a bad ball, you know, he's just clipped it down the line, and Ryan Giggs is just wanting the ball to feet. I think we're getting far more movement down this right-hand side with Bellamy and Davis and Delaney. They're prepared to run. They're prepared to run beyond defenders, and unselfishly, they, you know, not always getting the ball.
Well run by Pembridge. Hartson. And Pembridge just gets there ahead of Del Piero. We've had 10 minutes of the second half, the closest to a goal, a free kick, which was carried onto the crossbar by Paul Jones. Pembridge and Ambrosini. Delaney. Tomasi was beaten there by speed. Giggs heads in field. Here's Delaney. Now he does have Bellamy outside. Waiting for some support, some movement. Here's Simon Davis. Pembridge is inside. Pembridge, I'm not sure if he meant that. Not Pembridge! Well, I'm sure he intended the pass, but it deceived the Italian defence completely. But then when the gap opened up, he didn't strike it as firm as he would have liked.
And he's such a perfectionist, isn't he? You know, he was cursing himself. He had the opportunity, and we know what a wonderful left foot he's got. Just didn't get hold of it.
Pirlo. Tomasi. Biagio. Zawadi was wide. It's played forward. Paul Jones just watched the flight of the ball. Nullified the threat of Montella. Speed. Ambrosini. Melville. Hartson wins the ball, but Zauri is there for the Italians. And this time the foul is given against Montella.
Danny Gabardon has got physically stronger over the last 18 months. He just stands his ground. Look, yes, he's pushed over there by Montella, leaning all over him. But he's a lot stronger in the challenge.
Delaney to Bellamy. Melville in quickly ahead of Del Piero. Pembridge. It's just very tight there.
A little bit sharper from Bellamy. Is definitely the outlet down this right-hand side, but he's got two good runners around him.
Both sides just being very careful at the moment. No one wants to make the mistake.
I think we are going through that period. We're not seeing much goal-mouth action played in the middle third of the field.
Hartson. Savage. Instinctive there, out to Giggs. Speed has gone on the overlap. Here's Giggs. Speed. Savage to Gabardon. Patiently looking for the opening. Giggs. Like glue, Panucci is behind him. Giggs wins the free kick. Wanted to take the free kick quickly, couldn't do so. I think the sign language has cut it out.
Yeah,
to Tomasi.
The Welsh players in the first half. Chance to get the big men forward though. Melville, Gabardon. Speed will be in there, all good in the air. Good delivery we need.
Huge draw around this stadium. Melville, Hartson, Gabardon all adding their presence. Gary Speed, of course, a threat from this sort of situation. Plenty of jostling, in it comes. Speed rose, but couldn't get there. Del Piero clears.
Fraction away from that, Gary Speed. Made a good run into the near post.
Delaney. It's in the air for a long time. Hartson to Savage. Well, Hartson rose magnificently.
He's been a superb outlet in this second half, John Hartson. Head and shoulders above. I thought it was a handball for a fraction of a second there, but Cannavaro off his left thigh. Safely back to his keeper. But John Hartson is winning everything now that's pumped forward from Wales.
Simon Davis. Giggs wants to take over responsibility. Pembridge. Wales just building up some steam now, quarter of an hour into the second half. Bellamy threatening a bit more. Again, Delaney's on the charge. Good defending from Cannavaro. Keeps the ball in play as well. Montella knocked off the ball by Gabidon, no foul. Simon Davis to Bellamy. Ambrosini was in quickly. Bellamy just wanted a bit too much time on the ball. Here's Pirlo. Savage's challenge just enables Wales to get enough red shirts back. Zauri. Pirlo. Tomasi will want the ball, demands the ball, but Pirlo ignores him. It's with Panucci. They've been under some pressure, so the Italians just taking the sting out of the situation. Pembridge is in quickly. Del Piero. A touch from Melville is enough. Here is Simon Davis. Here's Giggs. Hartson. He's got Bellamy alongside him. Looking for Bellamy. Zauri's back there. Zauri very nearly. Well, I think he thought that Bellamy had given up on his run. Thumbs up from the goalkeeper.
Tell you what, you wouldn't have backed too many people against Craig Bellamy. I think because he's missed a bit of the season, maybe not at his 100% best and quickest, but nice little breakaway again, all stemming from a breaking up of the play from Simon Davis in midfield.
Pembridge did well. Towards Hartson. Hartson chests it down for Giggs. It's well blocked. Good block from Nesta. And again, he's involved here. Doesn't get away from Speed. A touch is enough. When it's counted, the Italians have been there. Here's Pirlo. Montella's made a run. Del Piero peels away from Delaney. Supported his way by Zauri. Cleared away by Melville.
Zauri got into a good position there. Just lost again down this right-hand side. Pembridge was trying to cover, but Melville was the man, saw the danger early.
It's an Italian corner. Italians are about to make a substitution. Gennaro Ivan Gattuso will shortly replace Di Biagio. In the meantime, Wales have to defend a corner, and it's that specialist Del Piero to take it. 17 minutes played in the second half. Del Piero testing the Welsh defence. Firm header away. Receive the ball back, Del Piero. Savage with him. 2 sevens clashing. Savage. It's a Welsh throw. Well played, Robbie Savage.
That's what he does best. Robbie Savage sticks to you like glue. Del Piero or no Del Piero. And he just stood up, didn't dive in, didn't commit himself. Just frustrated Del Piero to put the ball out for a touch.
John Hartson knew he was going to be penalised, didn't bother to look up, just held the ball and gave it to the Italians. Here's Pirlo. Panucci, still no substitution. They took the free kick so quickly. Cannavaro. Slowing the pace down. Here's Nesta. That's going nowhere. And that is Luigi Di Biagio, who is going off, and his replacement, well, one from Inter Milan, replaced by an AC Milan player. Suso comes on to win his 17th cap. Another one of this squad who played against Wales at Wrexham in an under-21 capacity and featured on Saturday against Yugoslavia. And I must say, he looks a fearsome character. The dark-haired version of Robbie Savage, maybe.
I'm glad you said that.
Speed. It's hanging an awful long time. Pembridge is there, one of the unsung heroes always for Wales. Mark Pembridge, flick on from Hartson. Speed again, just lifts that ball forward. It should be easy for Nesta. Savage. Giggs closing him down is Pirlo, looking for Bellamy. Cannavaro came across. Fine skill, but Savage did well. Can he deliver a cross? He can, but it's headed away acrobatically by Nesta. Panucci.
Well worked rate from Robbie Savage.
Here's Bellamy, just again showing a bit too much of the ball. Oh, Savage very nearly missed the ball and missed the man as well. Free kick goes to Wales.
It's the first time we've seen Craig Bellamy drift over into a left-hand side or a central role. And again, maybe a couple of times a little bit sharper on the ball. Would have seen the opening, but...
Here's Giggs towards Simon Davis. Davis looking for the angle, deflected, corner. Best Welsh effort of the second half.
An intelligent play there. He's picked up the position that Bellamy drags the players to the right, and he was only looking for half a yard, just that half a yard away from his body. A quick strike, and Italy were lucky that they got that little deflection.
First Welsh corner of the second half. 1-1. Keeping a close eye on John Hartson is Cannavaro.
Every Italian defender back in the penalty box.
And the referee just having a word with a couple of Italians and Welsh players. Pembridge's corner, headed firmly away. But there'll be another chance to deliver. Buffon's come a long way. It might drop for Simon Davis, doesn't connect properly. Oh, it's still in. John Hartson. It's a corner.
Yeah, we were waiting for John to take it on his left foot, maybe give the defender a chance. And again, the ball going in there. The first player to make a connection again is Simon Davis, who's gone across to take this corner on the right-hand side.
Referee keeping a close eye on what's going on in that penalty area. It's another Welsh corner. Simon Davis will take it this time. Speed makes his move, headed firmly away by Ambrosini. Italians preparing to make another substitution. It's Macaroni who's about to come on. Have to defend this first of all. Gattuso makes a bit of a mess of the challenge. Gavidon finds Pembridge. And Savage will take the safe option all the way back to Paul Jones. There's been some movement on the Welsh bench, but with Wales looking 1-1 and still threatening. Hugh's not feeling there's any need to change. Here's Bellamy. Cannavaro's keeping a close eye on him. Here's Giggs. Just keeps the ball in play. Speed. Looking for Hartson. Here is Hartson. Needs to chest it down to Savage. Idea was good.
Idea was very good. Difficult skill to control and knock it perfectly into the path of Savage would have been very difficult, but again, a superb position. Hartson just drifting across the front of the defender to get in a good position.
Hartson, he's got Bellamy with him. Didn't see Bellamy. Here's Simon Davis though. Took the wrong option, and when Hartson had the ball there, I think Bellamy was in a better position, and John Hartson didn't see him. But the Italians making another substitution, and it's not a surprising one really. Vincenzo Montella is coming off, and it's Massimo Macaroni of Middlesbrough who'll be replacing him.
Simon Davis trying to hit me with the outside of his right foot there, trying to bend it in that far corner, just pulled it a little bit. But again, you have to give credit to John Hartson up there. He has been a mountain in this match for Wales. He's held the ball up when he's had to, he's flicked it on, he's taken all the batterings from Nesta and Cannavaro back there, and he still comes back for more.
Ambrosini finds Del Piero. Drifting away from a few Welsh challenges, still going Del Piero! Could save Paul Jones again. Well, they allowed him to go an awful long way there, and Paul Jones saved with his feet, but Del Piero was threatening. He drifted away from 4 or 5 Welsh players who stood off him, and that could easily have been 2-1.
Well, again, they just didn't want to foul him there for the free kick, but Pembridge tries to get a challenge in, goes across between Savage and Danny Gabardon, who tries to get a foot in, but again, all credit to Paul Jones. It's down round his feet, sometimes very difficult to get something on that, and he managed to get his right boot on it.
Speed, Gabardon, Hartson plays it through to Bellamy. Craig Bellamy, it's 2-1 Wales. Craig Bellamy, the first real direct effort he's had on goal, skillfully takes it round Buffon. Great pass through from John Hartson, and Craig Bellamy restores the Welsh lead with less than 20 minutes to go. For the second time, this stadium, 72,500 people, erupts. Wales 2, Italy 1, and they deserve it.
What about this from John Hartson though? What about this from the big centre forward? The ball just comes into him, and he shows all the composure in the world. He slants the ball through. Does he panic? No, he doesn't. Goes round the keeper, Buffon, and slides it into the empty net. Great skill there to take it on the angle, and then he slants the ball, and that's all come from John Hartson's great skill and the running ability of the young Welshman, Craig Bellamy.
Wow, what a goal. Simon Davis's was quality, and this was superb under pressure. Great composure, Hartson, and he's going to be penalised. Well, great goal from Craig Bellamy, but what superb from John Hartson's strength. Absolutely, and the ability
wonderful
to deliver the pass as well. And look, Bellamy delighted.
Well, he is, and a few moments ago he'd given 1 or 2 passes away, and all of a sudden he's gone to join in with John Hartson, a little bit more of a central role. He's even gone the other side of John Hartson, so he was itching to get a chance. He was itching to get that ball that was knocked through the centre of the pitch, and he got it to perfection. And he still had a lot to do. Round Buffon, and here
he's
he
off
goes
again. Buffon's coming out a long way. Well, Trapattoni said before the game that he respected Giggs, Davis and Bellamy, and 2 have scored. Great pace from Bellamy.
And as Tosh was saying at half-time, defenders hate having people run at you, and when you're so direct as Craig Bellamy tends to be, it's great to watch.
Giggs, Savage wants the ball, speed towards Hartson. Hartson turns, Simon Davis. Well, they're on fire, they're rampant at the moment, and Mark Hughes, well, he's not showing any emotion, but I wonder what's going through his mind now. Good challenge from Melville. There's 17 minutes to go. Giggs needed to make that his, but Savage is there, so too is Speed, and look at the gaps. Mark Hughes on the touchline telling Giggs to run. Across comes Nesta, and he's won a corner.
Well, that's the first time Ryan Giggs has got the ball at his feet, because Gary Speed won a crunching tackle down that left-hand side. He sets Ryan Giggs away, and then that's all he wants to do is knock it out of his feet and use his pace.
Well, The noise is incredible. The emotion too, although he's not showing any. He knows there's a long way to go. Not too long, mind, 16 minutes. Wales leading 2-1. One of the goal scorers, Simon Davis, the other, Craig Bellamy. Buffon goes, punches. Mark Pembridge, not what he intended. Hartson's offside.
And that's a nice response from Wales, going 2-1 up. 9 times out of 10 the opposition piles the pressure on for the next 5 or so minutes, but Wales are still taking the game to Italy.
And the noise, Ian, is quite incredible. Free kick. And now every little decision going against the Italians.
And this is where everybody's got to keep their composure. That's the most composed people in this 72,500 arena are those 11 players out there.
Gary Speed with a free kick. Hartson's there, but he's headed away. Pembridge and Gabidon sandwiching Del Piero. Well, there's a man who maybe thought at 1-1 his side would get away with a point, but now maybe that's the best they'll get. Trailing 2-1, quarter of an hour to go. Well, you can't argue that you don't get your money's worth watching Wales, and certainly tonight, the pre-match entertainment, and Ian, the main fare, the 90 minutes on the pitch, which is what it's all about, never mind the hype before the game. That hasn't disappointed either.
Yeah, 15 minutes to go, got to keep concentrating.
Here's Bellamy. Wins the free kick of Zauri. And Mark Pembridge in no hurry at all to take this free kick. Cool down, says John. Andy Melville is on the edge of that penalty area. Only Macaroni staying up for the Italians. They're under pressure. They're staring defeat. Here's Pembridge. Not a very good free kick, but it does come back to him. And it goes all the way back to Paul Jones. Savage's ball maybe? No, decides to play it long. Pembridge. Bellamy. Simon Davis up ahead.
I think I can go to him a little bit earlier. Looked inside there, Craig Bellamy, to see if there was any options, but Davis had made a good run out the outside. Could have got to him a bit earlier.
Gattuso to Ambrosini. Just can't get the ball. They look for the free kick there off Delaney, and this is where Wales have to be careful. This time it's the Italians who throw everyone forward.
They've dragged the ball in an extra 5 yards. The actual incident was about 5 yards closer to the touchline.
But he's gained valuable space, valuable yards. Pirlo will deliver. Again, there's a deflection. Cuts to Gattuso. Immediate danger is over. And Bellamy will chase, and it's all the way back to Buffon.
That's the way to defend. Again, Mark Delaney to give that free kick away. He went, just got to hold your ground rather than dive in very quickly.
Well, the assistant referee gave it one way, and referee corrected him, gave the throw to Wales. Savage. Giggs. Savage does well. Just the touch is enough to take it away from Panucci. Macaroni, but Giggs is there first. Gabidon. It's an Italian throw. seconds ticking away. Macaroni for Italy. Gabidon's with him. Lifts it over. Gabidon does well. Macaroni. Gabidon's back there. And it's a corner. Macaroni showing great skill, just getting away from Danny Gabidon. And it's the third Italian corner in this second half.
Yeah, all credit to Gabidon though. He showed the pace. He didn't give up. As the ball gone over his head, he's got back in. Unfortunately, to give away a corner.
And Del Piero will take it. Plenty of white shirts there. Delaney heads clear. Gattuso desperately tries to regain possession, but Bellamy. Now Bellamy's got Simon Davis on the left-hand side, on the right-hand side rather. Just delays. Giggs is going through the middle. Disappointing, but so promising as well.
Yeah, so unlucky. Long, hard run for Craig Bellamy up that right-hand side, and ball needed to play a little bit wider for Giggs.
Here's Pirlo. The ball to Del Piero. No free kick. He still has the ball though. Maybe he shouldn't have been allowed to have that possession. Goes down under a challenge. Macaroni's there. And it's cleared away by Mark Delaney. We're into the final 10 minutes. And by the Welsh, I'm sure, will be under pressure. They have the ability and the players to catch the Italians on the break. Simon Davis tries to turn away from his man. Holds the ball up well. Allows play to go on, and a similar incident earlier on when he gave the free kick to the Italians when they'd lost momentum. It's some strange decisions, not consistent. Pirlo. Bellamy it was who was back there. Delaney. Nowhere really to go for Mark Delaney, except forward, and he's going as well. And forces the covering challenge from Zauri. And now he's got to get back.
Yeah, but he's got Bellamy who's going to go back into that position for him.
Macaroni drifts away. Gets the ball across. Del Piero's there. With Macaroni. Melville sticks to him. He's looking for a corner. Anxious looking Welsh supporters. You expect to be under pressure. 2-1 up against the Italians with 8 minutes to go.
Yeah, especially against the likes of Del Piero, who's got close skill. Stadium is alive with noise. Paul Jones's ball, and Savage, chance to clear. Didn't take advantage. Del Piero again. There's a deflection. Gabidon, Giggs, just the touch is enough. Gattuso's there for Italy. Comes wide to Del Piero, threatening every time. Well blocked by Pembridge, and again. I think he knows he's got it wrong there. Little smile on his face.
Well, a smile or no smile if Italians score from it.
Well, Di Biagio, when that high boot with Robbie Savage on that left, he knows that the referee's got it wrong as well.
And so does Mark Hughes, I think, with a wry smile there. Pirlo with a free kick. So many Italians there. A ricochet could go anywhere. Panucci and Gary Speed. All eyes though on Pirlo and that Welsh penalty area. 7 minutes to go. Wales leading Italy by 2-1. Only once have Wales won, and that was in Brescia with an Ian Rush goal. Here is Pirlo, straight into the wall, and Wales could catch them on the break. Bellamy, Giggs, away from Gattuso, to Bellamy, he's got Simon Davis with him. Oh, it's not a very good ball. That was a chance for 3-1 there. They had 2-on-1.
And that's what we're talking about, the pace and the running ability of the likes of Bellamy, Davis, Giggs on that occasion. You know, they have run their heart out for the country tonight. I tell you, this is it. He just tries to knock it in between the defender and the keeper on the inside of his left foot, caught his instep a little bit too close to the heel, and he dragged it away towards the goalkeeper.
Now that's something you don't often see, a foul throw. And there are some Italian defenders, you know, when they got back there, after that, Bellamy and Davis, hands on their knees. They look tired because they've been run ragged by some of the runs made by the likes of Bellamy. There's another substitution. It's Massimo Marazzina of Chievo comes on to win his second cap. And well, it's Gattuso coming off. Well, how long's he been on? 10 minutes? I don't think he could. It's not me, surely, he's saying. Oh, I obviously haven't made an impression in that 10 minutes. Well, you don't see that often. That's a bit of an embarrassment for him, and well, he's not waiting, is he? He's not happy, and you can't blame him. Five minutes. That's another Italian free kick. Again, Wales have to defend. It's whipped in, headed away firmly. It's John Hartson back there. Great defending. These last 5 minutes will be tense. They'll be long 5 minutes for everyone concerned. It'll be the Welsh fans will want to hear the final whistle, I'm sure. Here's Zauri. Wales just need to keep their shape and their composure.
What a ball!
Great ball from Pembridge. Here's Bellamy on the attack again. He'll run at Zauri towards Giggs. Giggs cross goal to Simon Davis. Oh! That could have been game, set and match. Giggs volleyed it across goal, but Simon Davis has stretched another couple of inches. That would have been 3-1. Great Welsh break.
What a break. But look at the runners. Look at the runners. Desire to get in the penalty box. Lovely ball from Bellamy. And just Simon Davis had run 55 yards to get into that position.
Well, studious face, a man in thought, deep in thought, and Ian Walsh has to name a man of the match. I'm sure there's 11 that you'd choose, Ian, but you have to name one.
Yeah, we've got a few more minutes left yet.
Here's Bellamy. Pembridge. Savage.
There we are, the runners again, isn't it? Left Del Piero for dead there, Savage, wanted to win that.
All the way back to Paul Jones, and what a crucial save it was from Paul Jones off that deflected free kick when it was 1-all.
It was a superb save.
Away by Gabidon. Giggs. Oh! And Savage goes down, wins the free kick. Oh, that was cheeky from Giggs, wasn't it? 3 minutes to go against the Italians.
I think we've seen today with Ryan Giggs, we've talked about him being the main player in the Welsh setup. Here it is. What about this for a little bit of magic? Robbie Savage working hard, but talking about Ryan Giggs, now he believes he's got 10 other players in the side that can play to his level.
Well, he was climbing all over John Hartson, there was Cannavaro, and free kick doesn't go his way, but that's wasted by the Italians anyhow.
There's Mark Hughes, he made a living out of backing into defenders. Can't believe the decision going against him.
Here's the Italian captain, Cannavaro. Less than 2 minutes to go. Great tackle from Delaney. Played in field by Simon Davis, but they've lost possession. And here is Ambrosini. Again, Simon Davis involved. Wins the ball. And it's an Italian throw. Ian Walsh will name his man of the match in a moment as Zauri taking on Simon Davis. Oh, that's a poor ball from Zauri. given away though by Pembridge. Finds though only Panucci. Ambrosini headed away. Zauri away by Gabidon. Pirlo. Gabidon stretches, just does enough. Well done, Danny Gabidon. He's grown in stature, he's grown as a player tonight, they all have.
Well, they've all been absolutely massive, the players out there. They've been massive. And look at those faces on the Welsh fans.
Well, they're all coming up with their tricks now.
Well, we can't afford to get too complacent.
30 seconds of the 90 to go. Delaney, and he's fouled.
Referee.
And Zauri will surely see yellow, but Bellamy's still going. Bellamy, 3-1! Craig, oh, he's not going to allow it, is he? He's not going to allow it. He's not going to allow it. Bellamy's down injured. Delaney's in a heap. Oh, what drama at the end, and that would have been it, but he's not going to allow it, and he's shown the yellow card to Zauri. Well, that's incensed the crowd. Well, you couldn't have had a more dramatic ending to this game. Let's see, there's the foul.
Well, that's a sending off offence if ever I saw one.
There's the mistake. Now, the Italian players thought the game was still going on.
You know, at the end of the day, the referee is at a nightmare. He's at an absolute nightmare. You know, you're talking about advantage. Yes, it's a terrible challenge, but he's got to have vision to see the rest of the game. And all of a sudden, you know, you look at Craig Bellamy up there. Let's just hope that he's not injured too bad.
We'll just mention here that Simon Davis is Ian Walsh's man of the match. But there's Mark Hughes. Look, he thought that was 3-1, and he can't believe it because the attacking side, the side with the advantage, was punished. But just to reiterate, Simon Davis is man of the match, but they're all heroes. Wales haven't used a substitute. There are 3 minutes of added time, and a minute has already been played. Hartson, John Hartson, still battling for possession. Well, everybody has to keep calm. Oh, the Italians are threatening here, and they dwelt on the ball, and Wales have cleared their lines. Here's Savage. Savage will run the ball to the corner, hopefully. And he's lost out there to Panucci. Wales within 90 seconds of a famous victory. This will be reminiscent of Germany in the early 90s if they can hold on. Offside.
Oh, good spot. Good spot. I was watching a runner there, and all of a sudden, Marazina made that little darting run forward down the left-hand side. Oh,
there's too much for some. Well, the noise is incredible. I haven't heard anything like this involving the Welsh side. 1 minute of the added time to be played. Paul Jones with the kick. It's offside against John Hartson. And Mark Hughes wants to waste a few seconds because Nathan Blake will come on. And I think Trapattoni knows that his side is staring defeat in the face. And who knows, this could be his last game in charge. But that won't concern Mark Hughes. And who's going off? It's Craig Bellamy, the goal scorer. And the applause will be deafening for Craig Bellamy.
And he'll take his time. And slow down, Craig. Mark Hughes is saying, slow yourself down. Absolutely superb, Craig Bellamy, massive performance. I hope he's okay after that knock late on, but to come back from the season that he's had with injuries and everything, world-class performance, superb, nothing more you can say about him.
He's looking at the clock, Trapattoni. All Welsh eyes are on the referee, away by Melville. The 3 minutes are up of added time. There can only be seconds left. He's looking at his watch again. In it comes. Anywhere will do now for Wales. The noise is incredible. It's a Welsh, or rather, is it an Italian free kick?
Well, this is it.
This surely.
Stand up. You've got to stand up in no sort of...
That's it! He's blown! A famous Welsh victory! Superb! The noise is incredible! People were hoping for a Welsh victory, but no one really believed it. But it's actually happened. Fantastic scenes here at the Millennium Stadium. Tremendous result. 72,500 people. Absolutely delighted with what must be one of the most famous